Hey traders, BA here with your nightly TTB report. Give me just a second. I've got a trade here that's about to come to fruition for Project 5110. Let's see if it wants to give me what I'm looking for here, and then we'll get started. Sorry about that. This thing just put it on and it's just now starting to move for me. All right, this is your nightly report for December 27th, 2018. What a wild 2 days it's been. If there's any doubt that you're not, I just hope everybody realizes that if you're watching the markets really close right now, this thing's going to take me out of break even. Break even. Drats. Wasn't quick enough. Jumped down and hit my target before I could get my target set, and then I got taken out at break even. Oh well, that's the way it goes. Hey, if you don't think we're in historic, epic times, I mean, to say that I've never seen this stuff happen before, nobody's ever seen the market act like this before. It's doing things that will stay in the record books forever. I mean, today's comeback was just the biggest single comeback ever in the stock market. And what I want to show you right here is last night I told you, let's see, I got several accounts here. We'll leave, yeah, nope, count number's not up there. Can't see that, so we'll just leave that up there for this account. If you don't think we're in epic times, man, just look at how this market's moving. And last night, I mentioned to you, I said, hey, 2397 is key. It's a key area. The market has got to hold that. Look where this thing bounced to. It kissed it. I mean, it went right to it. And that's what propelled it up, that level right there. Traders are watching that. They know how critical a large range bar, the 50% retracement is. It went right to it, as if on cue, and then just completely catapulted higher. And just the biggest comeback to close that's ever been recorded. So, yeah, now crude's going to move exactly the way Project 5110 said it was going to move. But that's the way it goes. All right, so let's take a look at the Dow. Dow did the same thing. Why does these things not stay up there? Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Same charts. What I really want to show you right here is, the volume on the indicator on the NASDAQ. It's looking really funky right now. So what I really want to see, let's go back to the ES for just a second. You see this downward sloping trend line. We really want to see volume get up over and above that downward sloping trend line, as well as down here on the bottom indicator too. So that'll give us some confirmation that everything's moving in the right direction. Yeah, let's see what we've got here. Bonds. Bonds are in a consolidation pattern up at the top. It's given time to put more trades on. I put some on yesterday, or which was this morning when the market ratcheted up higher here, and I put some more on just a little while ago in this. I'm betting for bond prices to collapse. Yeah, look at that moving crude right now. It's just absolutely beautiful. It took me out of break even. Now it's moving well past my target, profit target. Curses. Hey, what I would like to show you guys is let's look at a couple of stocks here. If you wanted to take some stabs, I've got plenty of longs on right now. I really like Viacom. I like this thing over this price right here. Somewhere around that 2605 area is a nice place to look for a buy. If you wanted to play Viacom out 3 months out, oh man, I can't stop watching it now. If you wanted to play, say, like 3 months out, go out to, say, February or March. Let's see what the options chains have for us. Yeah, you could go out either one, February or March. You could just put the trade on tomorrow. Put you a trade on. You could either buy one strike out of the money calls. You could buy maybe the 27 calls, if you're going that far out. You trade these a little differently, guys. When you go out, say 2 to 3 months, you're not looking at the VWAPs for these types of trades because they're longer in duration. So you could buy the 27 calls. You could do a 27-28 debit spread. You buy the 27, sell the 28s, cut down on your cost. Out to February or March time frame, and just forget about the trade. It's the best way to do it. Alright, so we're going to put an alert right there on Viacom. I'm undetermined which way I want to play this thing, whether I want to play it straight up options or a debit spread. So we might take a look at that. Let's just take a look at that. Just cue this baby up here for a second. Let's look at the March, and we're going to go over here and buy the 2750. Sell the 30s. So single unit, risk 75, potentially make 175. Not a bad gig. Just put that on a few times, whatever you feel comfortable with. Put it on 3 times. Max risk is 225. Max gains 525. So you just forget about that trade. I mean, that's how you do trades like that right there. Let's look at just buying. Say we buy the 2750. Buy the 2750. Going to cost us about $1.35, so it's $135 max loss. Move up to the 30 strike is where you're going to get close to your 100% gain. Not asking much out of this stock, for the March time frame. Okay, so it's a couple of looks at Viacom. If you wanted to play it closer in, then we want to go out to say no more than 30 days. We want to buy one strike out of the money, say the 26s, and then you want to play the VWAPs. Make sure you're buying above the VWAPs. If the trade comes back down and closes below the VWAPs, say in this area here, then you just want to come out of the trade. Okay, so that's the difference in the two methodologies. Longer term buy and playing short term, trying to get those quick triple-digit gains. All right, we're going to look at TTD. Really nice moving here. This thing has been above, the volume model has been above the entire time. I think this one's a good play here. Yeah, anything above that 114.60 area is good for TTD. Do the same thing with this one. Look at it 3 months out, say March time frame, depending on what style you like to trade, and just tailor your trade structure accordingly. So, all right, let's take a look at Netflix. Again, looking nice. We got a cross above right here on the volume model, so everything looks bullish right now on a day like today. Really nice pattern. If we get back into this again, I might add some more to Netflix here at 257 and some change. Netflix is going to be one of my favorites. I just think it's going forward, it's going to be just potentially gangbusters. Let's take a look at Disney. Disney's looking pretty good too. You guys know I like to trade Disney a lot. It looks a lot like Microsoft, right? I mean, a lot like Netflix right there. So, but choosing between the two, I will trade Netflix over Disney, because I think possibly Netflix is a target for Disney down the road. So I want to tend to play this one with. I want to try to keep always keep some long options on Netflix, where the profit potential is unlimited, because you never can tell. I've done really well trading Netflix over the years. Missed a couple of really big ones. This thing will move on you. All right, so let's look at Amazon. We don't need many stocks to follow, guys. Amazon looks really good too. Everything's got that pattern right there, so you can see everybody. The buy program is just dried up right there. I mean, there was nothing going in the last 2 hours of when was that? Of course, that was into Christmas Eve, and we came out like gangbusters. So I don't know what this market's going to do, but I will tell you what, Amazon looks good going forward. You could easily play some options 3 months out at the 1650 range, so you could buy the 1650s without much of a problem. I think it'll get back up in this congested area in a couple of bounds once it starts moving. So anyway, that's that. Now let's take a look at some of the things here that our data cruncher says that. And again, only time they've ever seen volatility swing like this was in October of 2008. It's one of the most volatile months in stock market in the history of the stock markets. But with this study here, with this data series that Jason here ran for us, you can see that when the market has done exactly what he's showing right here, and this is a newsletter survey which is pretty consistent, and you can see it tags the bottom just about every time. It caught the bottom, went down, came back up, the bottom of 2009, the bottom of 11, and now maybe the bottom in 2018. You can see here going out 6 months, 90% higher out of all these instances. 1 year later, 100% higher every time. And these are some pretty good numbers for returns 1 year later after this setup happens. Guys, I'm just seeing reams and reams of models that indicate that my cockamamie theory may just play out. It's like I said, if we've got capital left when this thing hits, you guys will be thanking me years and years down the road. If you've got enough left over after all this crap that we've gone through to survive and flourish when the big one comes. So let's see something else. Just some more really great models saying that 6 months, 1 year later, market's higher. These are all different different occurrences, different things that are happening in the market, and he's painted about at least 12 or 13 of them in the past 3 to 4 days. It just show us that a year later this market is going to be higher. As bad as I have painted this the geopolitical backdrop that we're having right now and the pressure this is putting on the market, and as much as everybody thinks we're going into recession and that it's all over, I don't think it is right now. I haven't thought that yet. I've just been very, very critical of the administration's pressure they've been putting unintentionally on the stock market, which has just almost unraveled it. But things are starting to look up. So here we have something else that triggered the longest streak since 1990. We just broke it. And look what's happened here every time. Going back 6 months, 83% were profitable. 1 year later, 100% of these instances were all profitable, and some really nice returns 1 year later. Get me out of everything. The only time that it's ever matched the selling that we've seen over the last couple of weeks was back here in 08. You can see here. And what Jason's pointing out here is that, hey, even though he said somebody's buying, we don't know who's buying, but somebody's stepping in and buying. You'll never know who that is, but you can measure it, and Jason's measured it, and yeah, there's some buying coming in, and that's what we need right there. Record level of buying pressure shows right now we've had more buying pressure in the last couple of days in this 2-day span. It's a new record going back to 1990, and that's when Jason started compiling this data. So the buying pressure right now is doing extremely well for in confirming that we might be painting a bottom finally in this market. Let me see here. Might have a gold trade in 5110. Oh man, I missed that one. Let's see. See if we get triggered in right there. Alright guys, listen, not much else to put out. We'll watch those trades that I mentioned, and hey, we'll go from there. We still want this market to prove it's still very, very volatile. Let's see what we're looking at closing. We are down $1 in the S&P, off 16 in the Dow, down about 9 in the NASDAQ. Bonds are dropping, off 18. Yeah, I like the fact that we're red here on the hourly in the bonds. We're down below 0 on the onset trend indicator. These highs seem to be in place right there. 15-minute is below both VWAPs. So okay, we got in long on the gold trade, so we'll see how that works out. Oh, there she goes, trying to run on us right now. Go gold, go. Alright guys, that's it. I'm going to close down here, manage this gold trade, and until, let's see, tomorrow's Friday. I won't put out anything unless it's an unusual day tomorrow. Hey, wait. That's all we've had for about the past 6 weeks is unusual days. We'll see how tomorrow pans out, and we'll go from there. But hey, hope everybody has a really good trading day. Let's hope this buying pressure holds. Let's see them finish strong Friday and Monday, last day of the year. Let's see them drive bond prices down, stock prices higher, and see if we can get this thing going into the new year. Got a lot of room to move to the upside. Hey, this is BA signing out.